Jamaica's Davonte Burnett blazes to 9.99 seconds over the 100 meters, the first sub 10 second by a Jamaican in 2022. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit that subscribe button. When you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts. Yes, people, a Jamaican sprinter, male, over the 100 meters has finally dropped below that 10-second barrier. The first time for 2022. Ready? Yep. Good to go. For the first time since the beginning of the 2022 season, a Jamaican male sprinter has a drop below that coveted 10-second barrier. Davonte Burnett, who reps for the University of Southern California, USC, and who switched his allegiance from the United States last year to competing for Jamaica. Well, competing at the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association's National Senior Championships, won his event in a time of 9.99 seconds. This was at the Mount Sax Relays recently. The young Jamaican, an elite club of Jamaican male sprinters to have dipped below that sub 10 seconds. You may be wondering where you've heard this young man's name before, Davonte Burnett, out of USC. And it could be from our coverage of his winning the recent indoors NCAA 60-meter dash, which was a very interesting process within itself. That we covered that entire race, people. That final was just bizarre. So many there was a false start. There were people who thought the race was running and had to stop. It was very interesting. So we're going to give you a quick review of this really interesting race before we get into the more meat of the matter. Now, Jamaica's Davonte Burnett, who reps for USC, in the semifinals in the 60-meter dash at the NCAA, did run a time of 6.58 and placed 5th. However, the semifinals, people, was already very dramatic. But in the finals, there was even more drama. In fact, the finals wasn't run immediately. There was actually a significant delay because of confusion. Some people thought that the race had started. You could see their match bowl, and he stopped running because there was a second gun. It was just mass confusion. However, Davonte did win that initial race in a time of, I think, 9.52 or something like that. So they took a break and then they had to go back and run this race. It was just a very unusual thing to witness, people. This is not normal in any race. And I think many of you should remember our coverage of this NCAA finals. First of all, many of you didn't know that this young man now runs for Jamaica, Davonte Burnett. And then this whole confusion, that 6.52 that he ran when technically he didn't run it because he ran it, but he didn't run it because it was just weird. So they eventually got their stuff together and they actually ran the race. And this really kind of stuck with me, people, which is one of the reasons why his name has just stuck with me. Not just because he won, he ran the final, the actual final, eventually in that 60-meter dash in a time of 6.50, even faster than he had won before. This is it. That's him way over in that full yellow there. That's him with the yellow stuff on his arms. That's Davonte Burnett. NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships champion over the 60 meter. Ayadi people, big up, big up. So of course we were super excited to hear that he had finally broken the mystical 10-second barrier over the 100 meters outdoors. Stated Davonte Burnett eventually won in a time of 6.50, in that NCAA Indoors Track and Field Championships earlier. But then over the weekend at the Mount Sac, Burnett blazed to victory in the men's collegiate open 100-meter dash with a personal best time of 9.99 into a plus 0.3 wind. His time moves him to tie for the second USC's all-time list, and is the collegiate wind legal leader, and currently ranks tied for third in the entire world. Burnett used a great start to get a lead, and he never was challenged, winning by 0.27 seconds. The rest of the men's 100-meter final were separated by a total of 0.18 seconds. A very, very impressive run. Here are snippets of this race. So there you have it. First Jamaican sprinter for the 2022 season to go sub 10 seconds. That's Davonte Burnett, who reps for the USC. He did this at the Mount Sac Relays recently. And it's funny enough, I haven't seen a lot of coverage on this. In fact, I only saw Paul Reed mention this in the Observer. Now, you track and field enthusiasts, you know that sub 10 seconds is a holy grail. And for quite some time now, many of you have come to our streams here at Peter Lloyd World, and you have complained about the men and that the men are not running fast enough. And well, finally, people, we have someone running a sub 10 seconds. Now, the thing, however, is that the collegiate system is so very different from the regular system, because the truth is, he seems to be hitting his peak now. And that's one of the complaints that one of the luminaries of the track and field world, Paul Reed, was saying to me recently, that they wish there was a way for them to sort of come together, and I agree, because when they peak, so I don't know if you've noticed that whenever they do so well in the collegiate scene, when they come to Jamaica to prepare for the World Championships or the Olympics, they just don't perform as well, because they peak much earlier. They peak around April, May, maybe even into June, and our athletes, the regular athletes, tend to peak July, August. So it's I wish there was a way to fix that, but we should still be grateful, because this young man has run that sub 10 seconds. That's a big barrier, and I only see greater things happening for him. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow here at Peter Lloyd World. Remember, the goal is 20,000 subs now. We get it with your assist, so please hit the subscribe button. When you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video once a day. Hit the like button if you enjoy our content, please, and leave your comments. Are you impressed with this young man? You are kings and queens. Bless up.